Attention, brave viewers. This video features adults immersed in a spine-chilling horror RPG experience. The content likely includes supernatural elements, horror-related events, and potentially scenes of violence. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy. Howdy, friends and floorheads. So I backed this, I think it was almost 2 years ago. Galen is a phenomenal artist. You see his work in a lot of RPGs. If you don't follow him on Blue Sky, I highly recommend you do. He created this zine called The Facility, which uses the Breathless system. If you're not familiar with RP's Breathless system, it's a very, very mechanically interesting system. I'll teach it as we play. But as usual, I don't want to spend too much time without playing, so let's get started. You slowly open your eyes. Cold air clings to your skin. The world is black, except for a faint blue glow hemming the edges of your narrow, coffin-like pod. Your breath fogs in the chill. For a moment, you cannot remember how to breathe, how to move, or even how to be. Your hands fumble against smooth polymer walls until you find the release. With a shuddering hiss, your pod opens, spilling you onto cold steel, a platform with 3 other pods barely raised above the water that surrounds you. Your legs shake beneath you. The grated floor vibrates with a distant industrial pulse, as if something enormous is pacing and shaking the platform. Feel the suit on your body, thin and synthetic, clinging in places and hanging loose in others. It's cold, smooth and clean. It whispers against your skin when you move, as if reminding you that it's not yours. None of this is yours. Your laceless shoes flex awkwardly on your feet, offering no comfort, only the sense that you were dressed for someone else's purpose. Around you, 3 other pods, just like yours, all scattered like they were dropped. They're not supposed to be here either. 3 others, dressed just like you, are emerging from their pods. The space you stand in is vast, bigger than it has any right to be. Its pockmarked concrete fades into darkness. Metal gratings run like scars across the floor, and water fills below you as every opening in the metal cavern seems to be draining water down. Thick pipes crawl up into the shadows overhead, vanishing into a ceiling you cannot see. Malfunctioning lights strobes weakly, never showing the same shape twice. The pipes, the catwalks, wires, and chains, they all stretch up. You can see several stories above you, but not the top. Is there even one? This place feels like a factory built vertical, then abandoned and forgotten. Time and corrosion were left to take their toll on what remained. Far off, something cries out. Animal? Human? Machine? Then the sound abruptly cuts off, leaving a ringing absence in its place. Machinery hums with a slow mechanical hunger, along with incessant water dripping down in a symphony. Every noise echoes as though the facility is listening. You search for a memory, a name, a face, a reason, but nothing answers. The 4 of you are alone. Somewhere above, dozens of stories high in the dark, maintenance catwalks cross the metal chasms like yarn between a child's fingers. The only way out appears to be up. Deep down, you know something here was already awake and waiting for you. The foot of each of the pods open like a secret box. Inside, a small unlabeled locker sits as if stored with you. 3 faces you now see are strangers. If you could see your face, you would also see a stranger. On your left wrist, 3 letters, a dash, and 3 digits appear tattooed. Around your right wrist is an inch-wide plastic bracelet that gives a slow but regular haptic shake. Where are you? What is in this locker? What is this on each of your wrists? Who is with you on this platform? What is with you out of your sight? Most alarmingly, who are you?
I first checked the bracelet, like I presume there's the shortcut name written there. Can I take it off the bracelet, or if I play with it, does it do anything?
So it's a smooth bracelet, Kai. Imagine it about this thick, covering it almost like a cuff, and it's a solid, smooth plastic. So you can go like this and rub it on your wrist, but there's no way for you to slide it off. Your hand is too big to be able to get this thing off, and it's white, but almost luminescent. It almost feels like it's glowing a little bit, and it's got this. Like your phone getting a text message, just this regular vibration, this haptic vibration on your wrist. On your left-hand wrist is the tattoo. Yours says KAI-381.
Hey, what am I doing here? I
Not
show
so
to the
loud.
others.
Not so loud. My head is booming right now. Oh,
How do? What? And I keep looking around the pod I'm in, trying to, like, there's this locker. I guess I look into it, and I try, and I keep, hey, like, what am I doing here? What's happening? I keep shouting, and while shouting, I search for, maybe panically search more than like focused on searching anything.
And Kai, now that you're out there and you look down, you can see this locker in here, and I'll talk about what's in that side there. But first, I want to talk about your surroundings a little bit. You're on this metal grating, this platform, and it's just barely above this kind of murky water. It's discolored, kind of dark, completely still. And looking around this facility, this looks like the bottom. Everything seems to be draining into this room. Every open pipe is dripping water and pouring out into this area, but it doesn't feel like the water's rising. So it's being drained below here somehow, some way. There's other platforms, ones that you could get to. Too far to jump. You're going to have to get into the water to really get anywhere. And as you see some of the far walls, there are these catwalks that crisscross above you. Some of them are broken and rusted and cracked. Some of them are intact. There's pipes that are running up the sides of the walls. Every noise you make, every step you make, everything just echoes in this room. Let's look in your locker, Kai. You look in your locker and you see 3 things. One of them looks to be kind of like a plastic pistol of some sort. And then there appears to be an energy cube, and you can see where in this pistol this energy cube could be inserted. And then there seems to be some sort of clip that goes into the body of it below. So in the facility, you can create a device. And these are the 3 components of a device. You've got your core. The core, go ahead and mark it, Kai, as a D8 core. That's going to be the effectiveness of this device once you combine it. The case is a ranged case, so you can add that to your character sheet. That tells you that it's a gun. And then the last thing is what the core does itself. And we're going to go ahead and roll to see what Kai's core does. So give me just a second.
So would that energy cube would be the core, and clip is the case, or
right?
No.
So for case, you're going to mark ranged.
Mhm.
And then let's bring it up here. So your case type is ranged. Your cell power is D8.
D8, okay.
Yep. And then your core is a core that drops the temperature in a shotgun blast size area to absolute 0, condensing water molecules in the air to frost. So put that in your description and we'll narratively talk about what that does. Now, what's interesting, Kai, is the markings on the core is in a language that you don't think you understand, but you just know what this thing does. And you also just instinctively know how to put this device together.
So maybe as I'm investigating the items, I instinctively like click them, like put the clip in, the cube that fits the hole, and like, shortly like look at it, and then I keep looking around to the others. And so what's happening? And maybe I try to climb. Oh, jeez, I'm here. I will fix it later.
We hear you.
So I climb. I try to climb out of the pot. I presume the water is like knee high, or like just by the ankles, or below the grating completely.
It's below the grating, so you're able to go on to. You're standing. All four of you are standing on this metal grating, but the water is just below it. And the grating is just a platform, so it has edges, and there's water, and there's other platforms. And in order for you to, if you're going to try to climb out of here, you're going to have to get to a wall, have to get to some sort of catwalk or pipe to climb up. There's nothing to climb up here at all. Let's go to Jax.
Okay.
Jax, let's talk about what you find in your locker. You find what looks to be kind of a shotgun-shaped case. So that's going to be a ranged case. It's also a D8.
Yep.
Let's find out what your core does. Your core generates a bright white light to fully illuminate an area, occasionally flickers off and needs to be shaken back on. So you've got a flashlight.
Fancy.
Lamb, you also have a ranged case, a gun form. You're a D8 power cell, and your core chirps pleasantly every few seconds, sends a sonar pulse out, then displays a holographic snapshot of all moving objects in the zone.
Okay.
All right, Pop, same thing. You've got a ranged case, you've got a D8 cell, and your core crackles with high voltage electricity and smells of ozone. It emits a deadly arc of lightning.
Okay. And these are all like plastic, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And it's and Jax, the plastic, it seems to like be a similar material to your bracelet.
Yeah, I'm running my hands over it. I look around at the other three. Look up. What are we doing here? What are these?
I don't know. I don't know who I am.
Well,
And my head is killing me right now. Does anyone remember the last thing that they were doing?
yeah. Well, last time I'm not sure what I was doing before I got here.
I don't remember either.
Now, as the four of you are talking, you hear a metal crash. Immediately, you turn to look at the crash, and 2 platforms over, this huge, about the size of a bull, this huge green frog-like reptile has leapt and landed on top of the platform. Not real sure where it came from. It's got a single eye, and it seems pretty focused on the four of you.
Sorry, how big are we talking?
Like the size of a cow.
Okay, pretty big.
Let's. Okay.
Just no sudden movements.
Well, I start backing towards the wall.
So there is no wall. You're an isolated platform.
Oh.
Your only option is to get into the water.
Are we directly in the center?
A little, yeah, essentially in the center. Pretty equidistant to the four walls. And each of them is like 60, 70 yards away from you.
I start easing my way into the water.
I keep eye contact. Yeah. I also backpedal to the edge.
Yep.
On any part of this.
Lamb, you're first, and you start to slide into the water, having no idea what the bottom is, or if there is even a bottom here. The water is uncomfortably warm, like it's a little unsettling. that it's like perfect bath water. And as you lower yourself in, getting ready to start swimming, your feet hit what feels like a concrete flooring. And it's about waist high, the water.
It's not that deep. Let's get out of here.
Where?
I'm just trying to get away from the frog thing. I don't even know what that is.
As you're saying that, Lamb, the thing jumps again, getting to one platform closer to you, and the weight of it when it hits that metal platform that's ahead of you is shaking the floor that you're standing on underwater, and the water ripples.
Yeah, I stop backpedaling, locking eyes with it, and I turn and immediately plunge into the water.
So, well, I basically go to the opposite direction than the frog-like creature is approaching.
So it sounds like all four of you doing that. Pop, what are you doing?
Pop's gonna do the same, but he's gonna kind of go like 90 degrees. So he's not following the rest of the group. He's splitting up.
Beautiful. All right, so let's do our first rolls here. This is going to be a dash roll. I want to know whether you guys are going to be able to get to the edge before the frog gets to you. So let's start off with Lamb. Lamb, what do you have in dash?
D4.
All right, you're rolling a D4. So before you roll, let's talk about what the consequences are. If you fail this, the frog is going to get to you. If you succeed with a consequence, I think you're going to take one stress from the fact that this thing is on you and pursuing you. A straight success means you're going to be able to get to one of these edges and start climbing without the frog doing anything to you without any stress. Well, so you're rolling a D4. On a 1 or a 2, you fail. On a 3 or a 4, you succeed with a consequence. On a 5 or higher, you just succeed. And the higher you roll, the more success you have. For you, though, you're rolling a D4. So you've got a 50-50 chance. Let's go ahead and roll that D4.
Or would this be the option to...
Let's talk about that mechanic. So between catching your breath, and we'll talk about what catching your breath is in just a minute, you can recover a memory. So Lamb, right now, if you can think of something that would make you good at escaping or running away or being, in water like this, I'll let you roll a D12. But you need to tell me what memory you're recovering. And I'll give you a second. Go ahead.
I'm going to save that. I'm going to just take my my D4 roll.
All right, let's do it.
It's still a little early, so.
All right, so a 2. So we see Lamb start to run towards the wall, and the frog is leaping. Looks like it's going to get to you, Lamb. Pop, you're going in a different direction, 90 degrees. What is your dash?
D6.
All right. Same consequences that I discussed with Lamb. Let's roll your D6. Pure success with a 5. Very, very nice. But because you used your dash and it was not a D4, your dash now drops a die size. So it goes from a D6 to a D4. I'll talk in a minute how we can get that back up to a D6. Kai, let's see how well you run away. What is your dash?
My dash is D8, so I'm going to just roll it.
Oof.
I'm going to have, we'll talk about what that 8 looks like. That is a very high success. but you do need to degrade your die down to a D6. Last but not least, Jax, what do you got in Dash?
D10.
Ooh, look at you, fast boys.
Yeah.
And a 7. So degrade your die. That'll go down to a D8. So as you see, when we do a roll, our dies degrade down. They go down a step. Once you're at a D4, it can't go any lower than a D4. At any point in time, any of the 4 of you can call to catch your breath, even in the middle of combat. Now, if it's a stressful situation, if it's just a quick catch your breath, all your die sizes reset. They go back up to their original levels. If you can do it to lay low, which means you're in a not stressful situation, which is not what you're in now, you're in a very stressful situation, then in a not stressful situation, you can regain a stress. So if you get to 4 stress, you're considered to be vulnerable. And one of the consequences I can give you when you're vulnerable is death. So as long as you're at 4 stress, you potentially could die. Pop, you head off 90 degrees away from what the other 3 are doing. You very easily get over to the edge. You see kind of a ladder that's built out of pipes. So it's functional, but it will work as a ladder and you can start climbing. Kai, the same thing. In fact, you are out of the water by the time we look at you and climbing up the wall. Jack's the same. All of you hear the frog leap off the platform and you hear a big splash. And Lamb, you are pushed underwater under the weight of this thing as it pounces on you. You can't see anything. You know not to open your mouth because you will drown. Go ahead and take 2 stress for me and tell me what you're going to do.
2 stress. Jeez. Wow. So I'm going to fumble around with my, as I'm calling it, the sonar gun. And see, since I'm underwater, see if I can send out a sonic wave to disrupt the frog and force him off.
Oh, interesting. So maybe the sonic itself potentially could affect the frog, as well as give you a radar blast of potentially what's in here. All right, let's do it. So what is you've got a D8 core. So let's roll a D8 for your device and let's see how it does.
8.
Oh, very nice. So just like your stats, your core now degrades down to a D6. A couple things happen as you press the trigger on this radar gun that you've built. It lets out, and maybe there was like a dial you messed with, right? And you just and you can hear this sonic blast. The frog comes flying off of you. And the 3 of you can see the frog just kind of seems to leap, but not by its own legs, off of Lamb and comes crashing on the metal grating where you guys all started, where the pods are. As you stand up, Lamb, and you look at your device, this little hologram shows you the entire drainage room that you're in right now. It's vast and it is very tall. You're picking up movement from the 3 others that woke up with you. Pop off to your right. Kai and Jax are climbing the wall up in front of you. You pick up the frog, but you pick up something else. And it seems to be above you. And the way it's displayed on there, it almost feels and looks cat-like. And it seems to be kind of circling around the edges, a good maybe 6 or 7 stories above you. And as you notice that, your bracelet's pace of the haptic pulses increases a little bit. And that luminescent white that the bracelet has is starting to turn a little bit of a reddish color.
Come out the water and start making my way towards a ladder.
Can I
scream out? There's something above us. 60, 70 feet. I don't know.
I'm reaching down, putting out a hand, trying to, as you're struggling, trying to give you a little bit of a boost up here. 60. How the hell do you know that?
My new best friend here. Thanks for the hand up. I'm apparently I'm Lamb 735.
Yeah, it'll be my left hand, and
Yeah.
as I look down, I guess I'm Jax 863.
Great.
Pull you up. Nice
Yeah,
to meet you, man.
Yeah.
I'm Kai. Well, nice getting to know you. So we have a frog below us and something above us, right?
It looks the thing says cat-like. I don't know. I just know it's above us. And this space is it's pretty big. It's some kind of drainage room. Everything draining towards here. Let's get away from that, and we can worry about that when it comes.
Later. All right.
So,
All right.
all three of you are just using what you can to climb up this wall, right? There's pipes, there's metal. You can get up to areas where there are catwalks that are, some of them are going straight across the room as you get a couple stories up. Some of them are not in very good condition. The three of you, let's say that you're on like the northern wall of this, whereas on the eastern wall we see Pop. And Pop, as you start climbing, you're at about the same level as they are. Everybody's climbing at about the same rate. Maybe Kai is a little bit higher. You get to an area that levels off, and there's a door. Now, everything about this room is industrial. Everything, it looks like this is a manufacturing area of some sort, or used to be at some point. This door, Pop, oddly, is just a wooden door with a cheap doorknob and a mail slot.
There's like a hallway or something, like
The door is closed, but it's kind of like on a little bit of a platform, like a recess that you climb up to.
Yeah, so there's like a place to stand out in front of the door.
There is, and it looks like at some point maybe a catwalk stretched out from this door, but that catwalk is long degraded and gone.
Right, I think I lost Derek in the ninja. Do I refresh just to recover?
Yeah, just refresh the ninja.
So I think I want to take some time to examine the door. I want to look at the hinges and the door frame, and because it looks so out of place, right? Like
very out of place, definitely, Derek. So, Pop, give me a quick think roll. What do you have in think?
D10.
You can roll me a D10.
Got the big brain on Pop.
Very nice, Pop. Let's degrade that die down. You look this thing over, and I think instinctively, Pop, you're concerned, like, is it trapped? What is the deal? Is it even a real door? Like, what am I looking at here? And everything that you examine tells you the door just is. There doesn't seem to be anything odd about it other than the fact that it exists out of place inside of this drainage area, and it's not locked. You're able
any
to
kind of
turn the
number
door
plate or marking?
Unmarked. But let's have you with that D8 able to peer through the mail slot. You kind of flip the little mail slot.
Right, there's a mail slot. Yep.
Yeah, and you get down on one knee and kind of look in, and it's hard to really tell, but it looks like a filing room.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly open the door, peek inside.
So you pop open the door, and we'll have the other three of you noticing that Pop has stopped climbing. And this room feels almost endless. Like you can't see the other side of it. It is just rows and rows of filing cabinets. And the filing cabinets are mismatched. They're in different styles. They look like they're different ages. They've all got drawers. Some of the drawers are open. You smell like a mold. And you notice that there's things floating in the air, like spores, they look like, which then makes you recognize that some sort of fungal growth is everywhere, covering every one of these file cabinets, the floor, and they're developed differently. They've got different strands. They don't look like all the same fungus. Some of them have like mycelium, little strands that are reaching up and reaching out, but it just smells like rotten vegetables in here. What's Jax, Lamb, and Kai doing?
And we saw Bob getting into the door, or just opening, not climbing.
Well, he's on a completely different wall from you. Remember, he went 90 degrees away from you. So if you guys want to climb across to get to Pop, you can.
Oh no, that guy just kind of left us. I'm feeling a certain way. Hey,
I mean, we should.
But I think we're all in this together.
What do you see over there? I'll shout across.
Some sort of file room. Full of mold. I doubt there's anything useful in there. I don't. Feel free if you want to come check it out. I'm gonna keep climbing.
I guess we should. It's better if we stick together. We have
Yes.
better chances between the frog and the cat. I'm gonna start climbing to the side to get to the
So you're going to go to the wall that pops on?
Yeah.
The eastern wall? All right. How about Jackson Lamb?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna follow. Yeah, I don't feel a certain way, but
And like I said, and there's no reason for a real roll here because you've got so many footholds. This is not a smooth wall. Between the pipes and the wires and the rusted metal from the catwalks, there's no difficulty navigating these walls. So the three of you get over onto Pop's wall. Pop, you continue climbing up above you.
Mm-hmm.
What are the other three going to continue climbing with Pop? Or are we staying here at the door?
I would check in the door, to be honest. I'm like, there's many confusing things. So if this will lead somewhere, I want to see what are our options besides up and down, or technically up, I think. So
Kai,
I'm gonna definitely look in and go in.
Okay, you look in and you see exactly what I've described to Pop. Lamb and Jax, what are you doing?
I'm standing outside the door, still kind of reeling. I'm wet now. Just trying to get it. I'm an older guy, so I'm trying to get it all together here.
And Lamb, instinctively you look down and you can see that the frog has not moved. So whatever that gun did, whatever that sonic boom was that you were able to manufacture out of your device, seems to have rendered that frog inert. It is not moving. Pop, as you're climbing, your wristband haptic results start increasing in speed. The time in between the vibrations is getting shorter, and the bracelet is turning redder.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of stop at a foothold, handhold, because I'm torn. I don't know if I can trust these people, so I'm staying far enough away that I want to keep an eye on them, make sure that they seem reliable and safe. But also, this seems bad. Whatever's happening. So he's kind of stop and just take a assessment of what's around him and what just kind of look around and see what's going on.
Yeah, and you get, let's say we get to a kind of like a space where you don't really have to hold onto the wall, right? Where you can kind of stand. And you look around, Pop, and you're remembering what Lamb said about some sort of cat thing. And as you look up, you see what looks like a mechanical skeleton about the size of a panther. And a panther is a good word because it's moving like one. It's got 4 legs. It's got this skeletal metallic tail. It's got a robotic face and head that has a single red light at the front of it. And you see it kind of pacing across a catwalk, back and forth. But its head never stops looking at you. That red eye just stares at you as it just paces back and forth and watches you. And
how far away is this from me? And
I would say maybe 10 yards, 15 yards. So out of arm's reach. And as it paces away, the haptics get farther apart As it gets closer, the haptics get closer together. So somehow these bracelets seem some sort of proximity to that thing.
Yeah.
Kai Jackson Lamb, what are we doing?
It can't get to me.
I don't know.
Immediately.
There doesn't seem to be a path to you.
Okay.
But the way this thing is built,
nothing immediately obvious. So.
yes.
Kai, I will definitely investigate the room. Maybe with my feet, I will try to uncover something on the ground, and I will look for anything really.
So you walk into this room, Kai, and this moldy smell just takes over all of your senses. The floor where you're stepping on it has covered with this fungus, and it's soft, and it doesn't seem to react under you. Your feet's just pat it down. Instinctively, you're kind of breathing a little shallow because these spores are just floating in front of you, covering this entire area. In fact, at one point you see like part of this fungal growth on one cabinet just kind of go and just spit out more spores into the air. Looking around though, let's see if you find something in maybe one of the file cabinets. So let's do a quick salvage roll. So I'll go ahead and do that for you. All right. You find a core. The core sports a peeling label that says "Slice." Application dispenses up to 100 liters of sticky sweet liquid in alternating flavors. So go ahead and add that to your backpack. You'll just now need to find a case and a cell in order to make a new device with your fancy new core. And it's
100 liters. Okay.
Yep. And as you look at this thing, Kai, it's so out of place. It's set inside of this filing cabinet. This filing cabinets are all this rusted, corroded metal, but this thing, this case that looks like it locks in if you could almost imagine unlocking the one that's attached to your gun and locking this one in. You can tell instinctively it attaches, and again, you can just tell what it does. You just instinctively know it. What are Jackson Lamb doing?
Can I clarify real quick?
Please, Pop.
That's true for all of us, right? Because you've said it twice now for Kai, but it is true for all of us.
We all know for all of you. Just instinctively know that what these cores do. No idea why
though. I look at the map and see if they're the file room that we're in. See if it's has another door out, or.
So you're gonna have to fire it again. Do you want to go ahead and use it again to get an updated holographic image?
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a roll. So right now it's a D6, right?
D6, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right, a D4. So you press this trigger again, and this pulse goes out, and it creates this holographic image just above the casing on this. You can again see a refreshed view of this area. You can see that robotic panther that Pop is looking at. You can see where it is now, and it's very close to where Pop is on a catwalk. It's a good, I would say, 150, 200 yards from where it was when you did the first pulse. So this thing is moving, and it's moving closer to the four of you. You don't see a ceiling. So this holographic image does not have a top to it. But as you're quickly scanning the walls on this image, you're only seeing the one door where Kai went in. So it's possible there's more above you, but you're going to have to go, 30, 40 stories up.
I scream up to Mr. Loner over here. Hey, guy, that cat thing is getting closer to you. It's on a catwalk. I don't know if you want to stay up there much longer by yourself.
So I think like when we cut to him, to the scene, he's already like drawing a bead on the cat that's staring him down with his whatever this thing is that he put together, and he's gonna try to take a shot at it.
All right. So let's see what. Let's take a look, Pop. You have got. What does your device core do?
Lightning gun.
Oh, okay, good. With a D8. All right, let's. You're standing there and you point this thing and you fire it. So let's roll that D8.
Gives me this nice bright red target to point at, right?
Oh yeah.
Pointing at me the whole time. Let's see.
That's a straight up success. Let's talk about the discharge. What the hell comes out of this thing?
I mean, I guess it is. It's a blast of a. It's like an electrical bolt. Probably not anything that it's definitely sci-fi from our current perspective, I think. But it's a. I don't know, it's like a bolt of electricity. I just don't know how to say it other than that.
Yeah,
I imagine it being like the gun, the plasma gun from the Matrix.
Oh, I could see that. It arcs across and it hits this thing, and the force of it slams it against the back of the catwalk, and you can hear its nails scraping metal against metal as it gets blasted, and we see it break the railing on that catwalk and fall, and it's falling and immediately rights itself and lands, but you can see the scorch that you gave it on its left shoulder. So you definitely hurt our friend.
It rights itself and lands. Where does it land?
About 50 yards below you, and
just on another catwalk.
Yep.
Okay.
How pissed does it look?
It seems it's right now it looks disoriented. So you can see it kind of righting itself, and then its head moves and just looks right at Pop again. Degrade your device down to a D6 for me.
Yeah.
Lamb, yours was a D6 when you did that pulse.
It's a D4 now.
Well, at a D4, it's nothing. So you look at this thing, and you can tell it has no more power. Whatever lights were on it are gone. And when a device gets to a D4, it's unsalvageable. So you might as well just drop it.
All right, I'll do that then. Cool. All right.
All of the 3 parts, or only just core gets lost?
The whole device.
Whole device. Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
All right. Well, it was fun.
Now, if you disassemble it before it gets to a D4, things can get swapped around.
Okay.
And for example, if you were at a D6 and you gave it a new cell, it would, the cell would replace it, or gave it a new core, or move the core in the cell to a new casing.
Cool. All right. Well, I don't think there's, from what I'm remembering from the map, I think we have to go up. And now that the cat thing is below us, I think we should hustle up and get out of here.
Yeah, I'm shouting down to Lamb and Kai. Kai, Lamb, you guys need to get up here. I assume I saw the cat fall as I'm climbing up.
You did.
I'm scurrying up to the catwalk.
Yeah.
Where our stranger is, because I don't think I know your name.
Right. We still know who.
Yeah, I will look at the sluice thing, and I look at Lamb just going out and up, and I will follow him immediately. Run out of it.
So,
out of the room.
And
go ahead, Pop.
Pop's going to help Jax. Is Jax up?
Yep.
The rest of the way onto the.
Yeah, I take the help and nice shot.
Thanks. I was hoping it might do more to that thing, but hopefully it's enough.
Well, we can certainly get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's. What's? I look at my left.
I'm
arm.
Pop. You're.
Jack.
And he's like shows you. He's like, I'm Pop.
Jax.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. Is the chit chat over there? Could you help me up on the catwalk as you are talking and Kai is trying to get towards you to the catwalk?
Kai, I want to tell you, as you were walking back out of this room, and there's these rows and rows of these filing cabinets, About 2 rows over, you notice a metal spiral staircase leading up out of the ceiling of this room.
Huh.
Freestanding metal staircase.
You are a tempter, sir.
For Pop and for Jackson Lamb, you look down and this thing has leapt and is starting to leap from a catwalk to catwalk up towards you.
I go as fast as my old bones will carry me.
Okay. With your 2 stress?
My 2 stress, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will shout out to from the door. Just I think I see something still here. I will need to investigate it. There might be something more than just dangerous cats and frogs, and I will try to go towards the staircase.
Okay. So Pop, Jackson Lamb, stopping, keep going.
Keep going.
All right, you got to stay ahead of this thing. It's slowly just escalating and moving and jumping and going higher and higher and stalking the 3 of you. Kai, you navigate through these filing cabinets and this awful mold and fungus that's everywhere. And this spiral staircase is like a central pedestal and just metal stairs that cycle up. And you look and you can see it's leading to somewhere else. And the ceiling itself in this room is about 20 feet tall. So it's just shy of 2 stories. So you can't really, without getting on the staircase, you can't tell where it's leading to, but it's leading to another floor up above you.
What's the light situation there? Is it like ambient more or well lit?
It seems similar to where you are now, which is this really like old and struggling fluorescent lighting.
I will carefully follow the staircase up, watching where I step, looking around, maybe listening a bit if there's something like coming from the top of the stairs.
I need to roll a d4 to see where this leads. You get up the staircase and you enter an area, Kai, that's even larger than that drainage room where you started. Unlike before, though, you can see a ceiling and you can see a floor. Not only the floor that you stepped up onto, but it's like a platform. And this vast chamber seems to be covered below you in these cubes that are maybe like a meter by a meter. And there are different heights. And they all seem to be made of different things. Some of them are soil with green grass on them. Some of them are metal. Some of them have like these alien-looking trees. It's almost like someone took cubes from all different places and it's collecting them here.
It's like swatches all over the place.
And you're seeing huge metal arms reach down and picking up cubes. There's like 6 of them that you can see, and they're just moving around. Some of them already have these cubes in their claws. Some of them are reaching down for new cubes, and they just seem to be rearranging these cubes. You look down on yours, and you're on one that's got like a formica. Pop, Lamb, and Jax, this thing is getting closer. What are we doing?
I'm just scurrying like a squirrel as fast as these bones will carry me. I look at hey, you got another shot in that gun there?
Yeah, I do. I'm looking for a good opportunity. So as they're scrambling up, Pop is gonna keep looking for opportunities. Like, how does this thing move? Where is it likely to be able to jump to next? Where, what are its capabilities? Like, is there a way to stay far enough ahead of it?
Yeah, let's do a quick think roll. Let's see what Pop can figure out here about this stalking metallic panther. All right, another pure success. We'll degrade that die down to a D6 now, or no, to a D8 now. Or was that a D8?
That was a D8.
All right, so you're down to a D6 on your think. You figure out a lot, Pop. That was a pure success. So one, this thing definitely is fixated. It seems on you. Mm-hmm. So its head seems to be looking in the direction of the three of you, but if you make any movements left or right, this thing is tracking you the entire time. You can tell that this thing is going to get to you before you have time to get away. So it is moving faster. It's far more comfortable in this series of catwalks and drainage pipes and everything than you are. But at the same time, Pop, you can tell it doesn't belong here. So it wasn't, somehow you just know it wasn't made here. So it seems as alien to this room and this facility as you are. You get a sense of the damage that you did with that pure success. And you can tell, and I'll just tell you mechanically, you've done 1 out of 5 stress damage to this thing.
Not enough. Okay, so as we keep scrambling, because I think it's a cinematic scene where we're all like scrambling at the cliff face. Right? He kind of shares what he learned. And he's like, okay, this is what I've seen. It's fast, it's capable, it can jump. We're not going to get away from this thing. We're going to have to figure out how to take it out.
My weapon is used up, and all I have is these.
Yeah,
and
well,
I think it's not going to work out that well.
Hey, listen. I understand. I don't know what the answer is. I just know that we need to figure one out.
We saw where Kai went, right?
You did. Yeah, you saw. Well, you didn't see him go up the staircase.
Right.
You just saw as far as you know, he's just still in that archive room.
Right, because like he hollered out from inside and was like, "Hey, I have hold on, I'll be out later."
Well, I think he mentioned the stairs.
Oh, okay. I thought he just saw something.
It was like, there is something I need to look into the stairs.
I shout out, Kai. Down.
You're not going to be able to hear him.
Yeah.
I look around on the catwalk and see if I can find anything that could use a weapon, a melee weapon, pull off one of the railing posts.
Yeah, let's do a little salvage roll here.
And as he's doing that, I want to throw in some RP and just say, good. Listen, I think it's, for whatever reason, probably because I shot it. It only seems to be interested in me, so we may be able to set up a trap.
That sounds good, solo guy.
Lamb, you get up to an edging and you look down and you find kind of wedged between two pipes another casing similar to the gun that you had before, but this is a melee case. It is some sort of hand weapon, but just like your gun, it has a place for one of those energy cubes and a place to lock in a core to it. So by itself, it's of little or no use to you. But if you can find another core and another, I keep forgetting what it's called. It's not
core and
cell and another cell. You feel like this could be a weapon.
Okay. So can I look again, or I can only look once?
That's all you're really seeing here.
Okay. All right. Hey. Jax, what can your gun do there?
It's a flashlight. I say that just with the most disgusted defeat.
Well, at least we won't die in the dark. Can I take a look at that and see if I can do a little jury rig? And I like to use my memory and do a D12 on my think.
I don't need a roll for this. For whatever reason, Lamb, you just know how these things work. You just instinctively know that you could pop that core and pop the cell out of Jax's gun and attach it to this thing. So if you want a melee flashlight as opposed to a ranged flashlight, you could make one.
Okay. I do that. I look at him. Hey, man, it's all about survival here. And I just like pop it.
Well, you have to get it from Jax, though. Is Jax
Yeah, I
giving
get it
you
from
his
Jax.
flashlight?
Do you want my weapon? I mean,
It's a flashlight.
Torch?
It's a flashlight. dude.
Guys, we don't have time. For
yeah,
Yeah, this thing is getting closer. So I think the three of you need to figure out.
I need
yeah. I
that
pop it
now.
out and I toss the core.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I
great.
take
So
it.
move that D8. You have a D8 core now. Add it to your backpack because you still need a D8 cell. You still need a core to go with your melee weapon. Kai, as you're standing there, it's a little tough to understand what's happening here. It seems to be there's some sort of intelligence happening, a rearranging of all of these, but it's not really clear what's going on here. Can you give me a quick think?
Should be probably D4. Huh. So I'm thinking to push it with the memory to try test it out.
Okay. What do you remember as you're kind of taking in this scene?
Maybe I remember working in some kind of a lab, like maybe rearranging some samples.
Okay.
That would remind me of some logic, like okay, this needs to go here, and then I need to spin it in the thingamagic, and then I need to put it here. And as I remember just seeing organizing several samples of some kind that would reminisce of this what's happening here, maybe.
Yeah, so let's add that to a recovered memory, that organizing samples, and you can use a D12 for this think roll.
Samples and D12.
So you're looking at this thing, and you can tell it's definitely organizing something. But you just can't piece together what the logic is here. These arms, these pincher arms that are kind of like those like grab it arms in the child's amusement park things that pick up. Yeah. It definitely is coordinated. So like one arm will pick up a cube and move it and set it down, and another arm will come and take another cube and drop it next to it. Then a third arm will come and pick up one of them. And so it's moving these cubes all over the place. All right, Lamb, Jax, Pop, what are we going to do before this thing gets to you?
How far away are we from the door that Kai went through again, mechanically?
Let's just say about a story or two up.
And how far away is the creature?
Maybe a story below you, but farther out.
This is what I do. Pop, I throw him my D cell, my D8 cell.
Okay.
So he can refresh his weapon. Because he's the only one
Ah.
that has a weapon that can actually do something. And I say, I just, here, it's reload.
So he does, and it's instinctive and almost uncanny how quickly he does it. And he tosses the half partially used one back to you, just as like payment.
Excellent. So let's have you in your backpack, Lamb, put a D6 cell, and Pop, if you're going to put that in your device, your device is now back up to a D8.
Okay. And then
All right. And then from there, I look back at
can we rig up some sort of a snare or a trap or
I don't know.
some of these wires? No, he's talking to the other two.
Can I salvage? Is there anything on my
Yeah,
level?
you want to look around, Jax? You haven't
Yeah.
salvaged yet.
Something better than a flashlight.
Almost identical.
UV light.
Almost identical to what Lamb found. You find another one jammed, like up under a metal grating. So add a melee case to your inventory in your backpack.
Yeah, I ripped that out. What if I look down at the doorway. What if maybe we can find something in there? Maybe we can. There's only one way in, right? It can only get to us from one way.
Yeah, but we have to go back down past it.
I thought it's one.
Yeah, well, we have to get closer to it in any case. And that room was full of mold. Like, I don't know. That might be just
another
deadly.
catwalk.
Yeah.
I was telling you that.
So
But if you guys have been inside and you think let's do it. This thing looks nasty.
I jump down towards the door, grab on and jump in.
Okay.
Jax, give me a dash roll.
Sure.
What's your die size for dash?
D8.
Okay. Let's talk about consequences here before you go. If you're going to try to get to that door, I think you potentially are going to attract the attention of this thing that's been tracking Pop.
Mm-hmm.
On a pure failure, I think it's going to cause at least 2 stress. I think on a partial consequence, you'll get 1 stress. On a success, you'll get there and be able to get in the door before this thing can get to you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll gamble here.
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm leaping.
oh,
Okay, drop that down. Drop your dash down a die size. You guys see Jax immediately start to scurry down, and Jax, I don't know if the metal gave way or if you lost track of your footing, and you slip and you fall and land right at the platform where this door is. And go ahead and take 2 stress from the fall for me.
Yeah, all set.
Oh, damn it.
and he's a young guy. All right. I'm gonna. You go next. I'll
Did the cat do anything?
So the cat watched Jax fall, and you can see like it almost assessed Jack's situation, and then immediately is back looking at you, Pop.
Threat level minimal.
Yeah, I currently have no air
points
in my
deducted.
lungs.
One could almost say something like "knock your lights out," right?
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get a good idea. Theater of the mind going here. Like, so it kind of watched him fall past it. So we would have to go past it. It's like in the center of this room, but we'd be going down the side, but we'd have to get past it.
So think of it like a triangle, right? You're looking down and diagonal at it. Directly below you is where Jax is currently taking a nap. And so this thing is below but away from you.
Okay. So I don't. I think we're gonna have to try to neutralize this thing.
Okay.
I think maybe we got to figure out how to get it close, so I can get a better blast, a better effect.
Well, it seems to be doesn't care about anyone else but you.
Yeah. So I would definitely appreciate it if you'd help me kill this thing.
Oh, suddenly he wants teamwork.
Now we're all groupthink now. You know?
Best friends.
Jazz hands, everybody.
What are we doing, Lamb?
All right. I say, give me the gun.
All right, fine.
Listen, just give
He
it
hands
to
it
me. All right. Lower it up and I'll take the shot.
Okay. Are you a good shot?
I'm suddenly remember me being at a shooting range.
Interesting. Okay. Well, find a spot Where do you want me to lure it?
Lure it up onto this platform so I can have a clear shot.
Yeah, because we're like setting up an ambush, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Understood.
So
So
I'll be
how are you
back
going to
on-
lure this thing, Pop?
I'm going to just kind of keep climbing, make it look like I'm trying to get away from it. Kind of make a show of it, maybe a little bit.
I like that. I like that.
Can I sway it?
Yeah, that's what I was
Performance?
thinking. Is a little sway roll here to see how convincing you are that it's going to ignore the man with the gun and focus on chasing you.
I'll give it a shot.
Oh, that's a 7. Very, very nice. So you start making noises, Pop. You're climbing up, and this thing, it looked at when you handed the gun to Lamb, you saw its light look over at Lamb. Then the way you start scurrying and making a ton of noise, it immediately locks back on you. And Lamb, it is leaping up towards Pop. It's about as close to you as it's going to get if you want to take the shot.
All right, I'll take the shot, and
You're going to use a recovered memory. So add your recovered memory shooting range.
Yeah.
And then use a D12 for this shot.
All right, shooting range. All right, and a D12 for the shots. Here we go. Here we go. Big money. Big money. No whammies. Woo!
That looks like big money.
That's how you do it.
Holy crap. So this thing leaps and Pop, like you watch a smoothness and control that Lamb has with this gun. And as its belly at the bottom of its metallic skeleton is exposed as it leaps up to you, Pop, Lamb shoots this thing. And again, that lightning plasma comes blasting out of the end of it, hits it, and slams it off in a completely different direction than where it was leaping. And you just, it fades away. You see it just disappear in the distance, and far away, you hear a splash.
Good shot.
And I just hand him back the gun. That's how you do it. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Wait, are we
so-
going down?
Yeah, we're going to the
up.
room, I guess. We're going. Well, we got to go check on.
Yeah, let's go help him. Let's go help him.
He flip
So
flop
you
out of
guys-
teamwork.
You guys move back down towards where Jax is. Kai, you're standing there, just this huge room of organizing.
Yeah. Definitely. I have no idea what is happening. I will try to remember who was there down there with me. Lamb? Anyone here? And I will try to shout out in the room. If anyone calls back, maybe I took different path. I presume nothing happens. I will try to look around. Maybe there is when the hand picks out one cube, and I will try to look around in the hole. What's left there when it picks the cube? Try to search it.
So as you look down and you see one of these cubes lift up, let's do a quick salvage. You find a casing in there, and you're able to reach down and grab it. And this casing is a single-use area effect. Let's make it like a grenade, like the shape of like a hand grenade casing, and you're able to add that to your backpack. Once you grab it, though, another cube slides up from below it to replace the one that's been taken. And it's the same terrain as the one that was taken. It was like this bluish grass that was on this cube that was taken away. You look down, you're able to grab this casing, and then it's immediately replaced by another cube sample of the same that was taken by the arm. Lamb, Pop, and Jax, you guys are on this platform where the door is.
Yeah, I check on Jax and hey, you okay? Took a nasty little tumble there.
I'm on my hands and knees. Look up at Lamb. I reach up this time for a for a
I
hand.
give my hand
Nice.
up. Question, Craig. Now that I used the memory, I already had a D10 in shoot.
It doesn't degrade.
Okay.
So yeah, that's in replacement to using the die. So your die stays
Okay.
the same. That's the beauty of that. And for those watching, they can recover a memory to get that D12 once between catching a breath. So once they catch a breath at some point here, Nemesis is going to get a die, but they're also going to reset all of their stats back up to the original die size, as well as be able to recover a memory again after that. And of course, if you lay low, if you guys can find a safe place, which right now this room I would not consider a safe place, this drainage area, especially knowing that Nemesis cat is still out there. It's just been knocked far away. But I'll let you lay low in the archive room if you want, in which case you'll also recover a stress if you catch a breath.
Do we want to go up to where Kai is? Up the stairs?
Yeah, before we go into the archive room, Pop is going to tear a big strip of fabric off the bottom of his shirt and cover his mouth and nose with it, and kind of makes the gesture at the other two, like, this might be a good idea.
Okay, I'll follow his lead.
Yeah, so unlike Kyle, you cover your mouth from these floating spores. And
I mean, I know it's not like an N95 filter or anything. It's got to be better than that.
Are we going to go directly towards the staircase to get to where Kai is in this cube arranging room, or are we going to lay low in the archive room?
I'm going up the stairs. I can.
Yeah, I also would like to head up there. On my way there, looking at the file room, I know you've already described it. Is there anything to salvage or any sort of cabinets I could open?
Yeah.
Let's have the three of you find something. Let's do 3 salvage rolls real quick. So we'll do yours first, Jax, because you've not salvaged in here. You find a D10 cell, so add that to your inventory.
Big money.
Lamb, you also find a casing. Looks to be something that you inject with. So some sort of like syringe type thing. I'm thinking like an EpiPen casing. So add an injector case to your backpack. And then we found a core. Pop, you found a core. It emits a shimmering heat waves, glowing fiery orange, contains and shapes this energy in magnetic fields. Nice core.
That is plasma, I think. That sounds like a magnetic bottle of plasma.
Fun fact, also can be used as light.
Right.
Kai, as you're like watching, it's almost hypnotic watching these cubes get rearranged by these arms. Pop, Lamb, and Jax come up the stairs and enter the same room where you are. Do the 4 of you want to catch a breath and lay low?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So let's reset all of your stats back up to the original die size. Anybody who has taken stress, you can drop your stress by 1. I get to add a D6 to the Nemesis pool.
And the true motivation comes out.
And while this is happening, I think I handed the cell power right up in the catwalk, or the torch as well.
No, you just gave me the cell.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you just threw the cell. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm popping the D10 cell that I just found. I'll pop it into my giant flashlight.
All right,
More
beautiful.
powerful flashlight.
Go ahead and add that to your device then.
It's a mag light.
Yeah, but here's one thing to keep this is to the players. These cores are all narrative, right? We saw what Lamb did with a nice high roll on his radar gun. Suddenly he did some damage and took out the frog. Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind, that we have a lot of latitude with these cells, and the higher you roll on it, the better you're going to be as far as getting from it what you're trying to accomplish. So
all right,
guys, I'll take get a chance to catch your breath, and you're all taking in this vast room where Kai is.
It's kind of hypnotic.
Yeah. So to you, Like, Lam, do you have your radar sonar thing that you used to map could you check this room out so we know which direction to go?
I reused it, man. I'm sorry.
I feel like we need to go up still, because if I imagine like we're inside of the structure we were climbing, we would still need to go up. And as I was here, like looking this over, I think I got it figured out, which internally I don't, definitely. I got it figured out, and if we need to go up, I would. It would seem that we could go on maybe one on top of those cubes when they are picked up, and it could bring us, faster to get wherever that goes. And I presume that when I look around, it picks up one cube and it goes somewhere far in the distance, up and maybe somewhere, but I don't see where it goes.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, if someone wants to give me a think roll, we know that Kai has it all figured out based on his think roll, but it's possible maybe we can get even more information about what's happening.
I definitely want to think through his proposal.
All right, let's do it. Give me a think roll. And you're back up to a what now?
D10.
Nice.
Oof, it doesn't matter though. Even the D10 can fail.
You also think you have it figured out, but
sounds great. Let's do it.
You have no useful information that comes from it.
I think we just
you're just real quick, bracelets.
Yeah.
Your bracelets, the haptic. When that thing got blasted, you have now long periods of time between you feel the little vibration, right? And they're back to kind of this pure white. But as you guys are checking out this room and watching it as it reorganizes all of these cubes, the haptic starts speeding up again.
We gotta go.
Is there another way up out of this room?
All you can see right now is just this vast room with all of these cubes and these arms. There doesn't appear to be anything visible as far as any type of exits or doors or way out, but you're not seeing everything. This place is huge.
Oh, I think we just got to take a leap of faith here, so to speak, and ride these things up to the top and get a little higher. Or maybe we can see a little bit more from if we're up higher.
Should have look at Lamb last time I tried that.
No, last time. Wait. Last time you jumped off the sides, like.
So what does the floor look like where the cubes are going? Like, is there space between them?
Momentarily. So when one comes down to pick up a cube, it lifts it off, and then just another one that's identical rises up to replace it.
Okay, and there's like maybe inches, not much space in between.
No, they're rubbing up against each other. Yeah.
And how big are they?
Face against face.
Each cube is about maybe 2 or 3 yards across.
So decent size.
Yeah, and there are, from where you are, you can literally see hundreds of them.
Yeah.
We either wander at one direction that we pick, or we go up. And I think that will 4 of us fit on that cube, or do we need to split like
probably 2 of you could.
2 of us could.
Yeah.
So, or could we get on top of them and like run along or walk along the ones that aren't being picked up?
No question. You can just start walking across this room. The cubes are slightly different heights, but none of them are too big that you wouldn't be able to step up and just start walking if you want to do that.
Let's do that. Let's start walking.
Yeah, I don't know about going up into who knows where, especially separately.
Right.
I know that
Okay.
I didn't trust you guys at first, but we're all definitely in this together.
Welcome to the party, Pop.
So we watch the 4 of you begin to just journey forward to someplace farther down as you just are negotiating through these cubes. There's times when these arms are reaching down, but they're slow, so you have no difficulty kind of avoiding being picked up by any one of these. And let's say that this walk takes about 10 minutes. Let's take a 10-minute break. this back. So as the four of you are negotiating these cubed pieces of terrain, it's obvious that all of these things are from not only from different areas, but potentially even different worlds, because they're so different from each other. Some of them are manufactured areas like metal cubes and gratings like you saw in the drainage area. So a lot of them are organic. Some of them are rock, some of them are vegetation. Maybe 20 minutes, you see far ahead of you what appears to be like a huge steel shuttered door that's on this far wall. And as you notice that, giving you a little bit of hope, one of these arms lays down a cube for the first time. You're now far enough down that you're seeing cubes being dropped, not just lifted up. It drops this like desert-like soil cube in front of you. And you see emerge from it a series of like these sand type worms start popping out and spilling out of this cube. Apparently they were inside of it. And they are starting to come towards you. They've got like these clawed noses.
Are they like clumped together like it's like a ball of these?
They're staying
like
close
worms?
together, but they're not touching. So they're moving like a swarm.
Oh Jesus!
I just not to retcon, but like when we were in the resting phase.
Yes.
Do you mind if I swap my ranged case over to my melee case that I
Not
have?
at all.
Okay, so
Yep.
Just want to make sure.
Yep. No, we're good there.
I would basically shoot them immediately with my freeze gun, as I call it.
I was thinking.
I will not.
I didn't.
I'm not waiting for anything. It should freeze an area, and as soon as I feel like I'm good to shoot, then I will shoot.
All right. Let's take a look at it. Let's roll. What is the? You have a D8?
D8, yeah, D8.
All right. Let's roll. Let's see how effective this shot is.
God.
Very nice. So, what do you think happens with a 6 here? Tell me what happens with this gun, and what do you think is the result here? Because this is a nice success.
I imagine the gun spits a series of pellets that will surround the worms, as I imagine, and as they land on the ground, they start like turning blue. And in between the pellets, you see connecting the like freeze lines, and as they connect, the freeze lines like start to spread and wrap around the organisms that were approaching us.
I love this. So Kai fires this thing that was in his locker, and we see those pellets go out, and it does exactly that. And these worms just become encased and frozen. And at first they're like stuck like flies on fly paper as they get stuck to these areas, but the freezing just spreads, and they become so fragile, and the cooling is so fast, like some of them even break in half. So you've got like 5 or 6 of these arm thick worms that are now just frozen to the cubes in front of you. You
I
can
dropped it to
degrade down to
D6,
on
right?
yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, good shot. Let's get to that door.
Oh, was there a door?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a door. Shut the door to the.
Yeah, we walked towards the door. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So it's this huge industrial steel door, and there's a very mechanical lever on the right hand side of it, large one that it's probably like 2 foot wide, and it would just take like that much of an action from above your head to below your head to be able to trick it.
Okay, I grab it and pull it.
It slowly opens into another vast area, but unlike kind of the mechanical arm samples that was in the other one, this area is all blue. So the floors are kind of a wet concrete, and there's a hallway formed, but not by walls, but by a series of these tall tubes. And everything is wet. These tall tubes are clear, and they have like water that's being pushed through a filtration system in each one of these tubes. And you're seeing kind of that brackish water that was in the drainage area getting pushed through these filtrations. And then when they reach the top of the filtration, they're this perfectly clear color.
Well, I go in and I do a salvage check while we're walking through.
Yeah, I was about to say the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do a quick salvage for the four of you. Let's start with you, Lamb. So, Lamb, you find a core, a squirming cube set that shifts between Tetris block shapes. Application shifts a variable sphere of matter 3 meters to the left. So this thing moves stuff.
Okay.
All right. Jax, as you're kind of going through and walking through, you come across a D12 cell or a med kit. Which of those would you like it to be?
Ooh, the med kit is.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that med kit.
Okay, add a med kit to your backpack.
Yeah.
Pop, you find a D8 cell.
Okay.
And Kai, you find another single-use area effect case.
All right. I have enough to put something together.
Talk to me about this device you put together.
I'm going to put together the melee case, the squirming core, and the D6 cell.
Excellent.
And we'll see what that does. Got one use out of it.
As you continue down this hallway, you realize that things go in all directions, and it's just a series of these filtration tubes. Each one of these filtration tubes are easily like 2 meters, 2 yards wide in diameter, and they run all the way up to the ceiling, which is about a 12-foot ceiling above you. There's organic growth, kind of like a green seaweed that's in the bottom of some of them that seems to be part of this filtration that's happening. So what it looks like, it's pulling the brackish water that you found in that drainage room and pushing it back up again. And in the process, it looks like cleaning it.
This is a strange place. Just keep walking forward, I guess, if that's cool with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think just eyes open, paying attention to anything that looks like a pattern or looks like danger. Or...
Yeah. As you continue walking, you look ahead and you see what looks like some sort of a hatch in the floor. And at the same time, your wrists start buzzing and they turn a bright red. And out from behind one of the pipes, between you and this hatch, emerges our friend. And it's stalking, cat-like, this metallic skeleton with this long, like 6 foot long tail. Its eye turns from blue to red as soon as it sees Pop. And I'm going to go ahead and use my D6. And let's see what it does to Pop here. So I spend my D6 that I got from you guys taking a break or catching a breath. Oh, so Pop.
I'm sorry, say that again.
so this thing sees you. Its light turns from blue to red as soon as it sees you. What happens on this one is it's going to go away. But I want to know why. What do you or your friends do when you see this thing that causes it to go in a different direction and get away and literally flee from the four of you?
I mean, is it feasible that it's scared of this lightning gun now?
Oh, so maybe the lightning gun maybe someone brings up the lightning gun.
Oh, yeah.
Points it at it.
The lightning gun.
And you see, and you see it, and you can tell it's assessing, right, as that gun gets brought up to it, and before anybody can pull the trigger, before you can squeeze that trigger, it takes off. And again, the wristbands, the haptics slow down, and they go from a red back to a white as you reach the hatch.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it
Yeah, you better run.
can feel fear.
Yeah. Oh shit. So can I.
So the hatch now is in the floor?
It is.
So do you think we need to go down before we keep going back up?
No.
Can't.
And we, looking ahead, we would keep walking through this room if we.
Yeah, you can walk past this hatch if you want to.
I like the idea.
Take a look, at least see
At
what's in
least take
there.
a look. Yeah, at least take a look.
It's gonna open.
Yeah, it's got a huge metal wheel on its top, and it takes two of you to kind of break the rust on it and start to turn it. And like everything else in this room, there's just this like condensation that covers it, and we just finally it starts to give, and it opens like a submarine hatch, and you look down and you see a ladder that only goes down maybe 6 feet, and it leads to a flooring that has kind of this orange light coming from it. So it seems like you would go down and continue forward if you were to go down this hatch, but it seems to be leading somewhere else that has different lighting. It doesn't have the same blue hues that this room has.
Pop's gonna kind of like peek as far down in as he can see, and then he's gonna look at his bracelet and pay attention to the feel of the bracelet.
Yeah, no change in the bracelet, so it's back at kind of its steady white state. And putting your arm down the tunnel of the hatch doesn't seem to change that.
Okay, he's gonna drop himself down into the grating below. Like, I'll check it out if you guys don't want to come.
So, Pop, you slide down the ladder, and you land on a jutted area, and you're at the very top of what's probably best described as a warehouse. You look out in this thing, and it's full of boxes, all stacked, and there's another ladder at your feet that would take you down to the bottom of this warehouse, which is a good 4 stories down. And there's just long rows of this metal shelving that are storing all of these different boxes. Some of these boxes are metal. Some of them look to be made of cardboard. They're all different looks and feels to them. The place has a smell of like rotting paper. So maybe some of the condensation and wetness from the filtration room above you is really starting to corrode what's down here. On the floor, the place is in disarray. So if this ever was an organized storage area, it's been left to rot. You can see some of the boxes have slowly corroded and spilled out onto the floor. Looking far down on the other side of this long warehouse, there's what appears to be like almost like a campsite, where some of these boxes have have been built out like a shelter almost, and you can see where some of these boxes were burned in the center of that, and that's maybe 100 yards down and away from you. Lamb, Jackson, Kai, you're up above, looking down at Pop, who's taking this in.
He'll holler back up and say, "Hey, there's stuff down here. It may be useful, it may not. If you want to come take a look,
Well,
or if you want me to go look."
no.
Okay, we might as well go down since Pop went there. And I will follow. Just, we might as well.
Say that with a little disdain in your voice. Well, I give the reason. It's like, well, it seems like wherever we can search for useful things, this may be this place to search for useful things. We got maybe 2-3 uses out of whatever we put together, so we constantly gotta keep putting stuff together.
Yeah, somehow it seems like whatever this facility is, it's been seeded with these components for devices. And each time you're finding these cells and these cases and these different cores, all of them don't belong here. Just like the 4 of you don't belong here. And in the same way you don't know how you got here, there's no way of understanding how these things got here, but you have a familiarity with them.
So I say any opportunity that we have to find new stuff, let's just take advantage of it, and let's just do it quickly and keep moving.
Yeah, let's scavenge then.
Yeah. Head down.
So you head down and you get to the bottom floor of this warehouse. And these shelves stack way above your head. And it's just a series of like cubes of shelving, of metal shelving with all of these different boxes. And like I said, this looks like to be some sort of makeshift campsite that was built up ahead. Do you guys want to do a quick salvage? Just kind of look around in these boxes?
Yeah. And I definitely want to look at the campsite.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So Lamb, you're going to find a single-use area effect case. Add that to your backpack. This is for Jax. You pick up a new core. It chirps pleasantly every few seconds, sending a sonar pulse out that then displays a holographic image. So it's another sonar case like Lamb found before.
Nice.
Pop, you pick up a melee case. And Kai, you pick up a ranged case.
I'm going to put mine together, I think.
What you got?
So I have a melee case, and then I have the plasma core.
Nice.
Which I think makes this like energy plasma blade type weapon.
Very nice. Very nice.
Maybe
What's the cell? What cell do you have for it?
Oh, it's a D8.
Nice. So it sounds like we're after kind of salvage up, we're going to start heading towards what looks like this makeshift campsite.
The camp, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the campsite.
You get there, and you can tell like there's discarded food, unlabeled cans that have been opened, and some sort of organic material in them. You smell them, and you can smell it's old food. Some of that mold that we saw in the archive room where the file cabinets were has spread to some of this here. You also uncover in one of these box tents man. He's wearing the exact same like synthetic clothing you are, the same laceless shoes.
Hey.
It's not real clear though if this happened before or after he died, but his right arm is missing from like halfway up his forearm, and his hand are gone. So the wrist that would have had that plastic haptic bracelet, the arm has been torn off. It looks like almost been broken off. And as best as you can tell, he's been dead maybe a day or two.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's
This is. We gotta get out of here.
just
let's
insane. Yeah.
promise not to end up like this guy.
We'll do our best.
I presume if we look on his other hand, we will see a code with a 3-letter name.
Yep.
Yeah. What was his name?
I don't know. What was it, Pop?
Mm,
You know what it is?
oh,
It's DED 144.
Nice.
Smooth.
okay.
I'm going
So
to
from
do a
here,
salvage.
what is it?
Let's find a salvage on him. So I'm going to do one salvage roll. You guys decide who picks it up. Let's find another ranged case with an expired cell and core on it, but the case is definitely usable. So Pop, if you
Yeah,
wanted, you could switch out your melee case for this ranged case if you wanted to on your device.
No, someone else can have it.
Okay. So someone add a ranged case to your backpack.
I already have one, so feel free.
Lamb, you want it?
Yeah, I'll take it. Range
All right.
case. Yeah.
Behind him, it looks like he has built a series of connecting boxes that almost look like a tunnel. And you realize looking into it where he's laying down, it's going deeper than the rest of the room. So this appears to be a tunnel out of this.
Okay. Down the scary tunnel.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think we should keep moving forward.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
know how
long
far
as
that
we-
is
Mind that
behind
he
us.
was probably being hunted too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is after us definitely, so we better be on the move.
Yeah.
Let's go through the tunnel.
So you crawl through this makeshift tunnel. And you end up in a room that seems so out of place. Even considering how out of place each of these rooms that you've traveled through have been. It's the first one that isn't a huge, vast area. In fact, it has low ceilings and the ceilings are a drop ceiling with these kind of square fluorescent lights. The floor is kind of a cheap formica. And the room is full of cubes, but not cubes like you saw in the other room, like office cubes. Different workstations. And they all have these, what for us would be antiquated computers on each one of these workstations with those thick, huge monitors that we used to have to look at with those CRT screens and these big, bulky keyboards with huge, clanky keys on them. And it's just a series of like a cube farm in this office.
Are any of the computers? Let's try to turn on one of the computers.
So you go over to one of the computers and turn it
Yeah.
on. Give me a think roll.
And I'm going to remember.
Ooh.
I used to work in a cube farm at one point.
So at some point you remember being in an office like this and
Yeah.
actually using a computer very similar to this.
Right. I'm going to say cube jockey.
All right, let's do it. That'll be your D12.
Yeah. All right. D12. Bang. Here we go. Here we go. Oh.
What's wrong with these guys?
Oh. Oh no.
So the green
DOS.
letters,
It has Linux? No.
the green lettering comes up in kind of that cubic font, and it says rebooting, and then it comes up password. and has a blinking light waiting for you to enter in the password. And we see Lamb, you type in a few things, enter, and a big red block goes, access denied. Do it again, access denied.
Hey.
God, these memory rolls have sucked.
Except for my 112.
Except that's true. That's true. We forget that one pretty easily.
I want to go look around in these cubicles and see if there's any like personal effects, any like people's photographs and clippings from newspapers.
Yeah, you look around and you find cork boards on each one of the cubes, and it looks like at some point maybe there was photographs attached to them. So you see like tacks with torn paper on it. It almost feels and looks like like someone came in and just cleared out the place. Tore all the personal effects. Like you can see areas on some of the desks where there was obviously like something placed there, memento placed there that is slightly discolored compared to the rest of it. This place has been cleared.
Well,
And how big did you say the room was?
It's not more than 40 feet across, so it's a relatively small room. The only other door, other than this tunnel that you came through to get to here, there looks like to be an elevator on one of the walls.
well,
Is the elevator cabin on our floor, or can I?
It's a closed elevator door.
I will try to open it or call the elevator with the up arrow.
Okay.
There's such.
So you hit the button and it turns green, and you can hear movement behind the door, but the door does not open.
Will definitely point my freeze ray gun of destruction against the door. You hear that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something definitely moving. Yeah.
Could you be more specific on the movements? Is it like small crawly things or big, huge,
yeah. How big does it sound?
panther-like?
So to clarify,
It sounds like the elevator.
it's exactly right. It sounds mechanical.
Okay,
It sounds
okay,
like
okay.
it's working. Something is working behind it.
So I guess we just wait for the door to open.
Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
are we going to wait? Because it's not going to open.
So
Long enough to realize that, at least. and then
Exactly.
maybe another 5 minutes.
so
There's
Craig,
no the door is completely sealed. Like there's no subtle crack. Nothing
Oh,
we can get out.
it looks like you could physically probably separate the doors if you wanted to get in there.
Yeah, I would like to. I would.
do it.
Yeah, I will be maybe you on the one side, me on the other side. I'm not sure if there are like combined rolls or anything, but
I was going to say,
Just for the
does it
story.
does it have the little hole up at the top where you can wedge something in there and it activates the release mechanism?
100% has that. That's a great idea. And let's maybe have you find like a piece of metal or something to jam in there, and you can hear the doors unlock, and easily you can slide them apart.
you can profit.
Typical jockey.
And what you find is it looks like the elevator cage got about halfway to this floor. You can see the top, you can see the pulley system that brings it up and down up above, but the bottom part of this elevator has been torn away.
Like
And-
there's no floor.
Right, like the half of the elevator was ripped in half, and it's just the top that's pulled up. Looking down, there's no sign of where this thing ends, and it's halfway up, so you're able to kind of peek through and look up, and the cable goes up, it looks like, to about four more stories, and there are 2 more floors above you, and you can tell that because light is coming through each of those doors, and those doors are open.
Is there a ladder, like a service ladder inside the elevator shaft?
There isn't. I think the cable is going to be the only way for you to be able to climb up.
Lamb just looks at everybody like, I'm getting too old for this. Man.
We're not going back. We're not
Only
going
one
back.
way up.
Definitely.
All
Yeah.
right. Jesus.
Start climbing.
Start climbing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, let's get a climb roll from each of you. Let's try to remember what we use for climb. That's going to be a dash.
Mm.
Who's going first?
I'll go last.
I'm okay
my
to go
dash is a
first.
4,
Yeah, I'll go second.
so I won't fall on anybody.
I'll go
All
third.
right. So a failure means you fall and take 1 stress. A partial success, you'll only be able to get to the first floor. A full success, you can climb all the way to the highest floor.
So am I going first?
Let's do
Everybody
it.
okay with that? Yeah.
So Kai, you
Let's
start
roll.
climbing,
It's a 4.
and you're able to climb up to that first area of the floor, and you can see like there's a slick oil that's covering the wires or the cables going above, and as you try to climb higher, your hands are slipping. This is as high up as you're going to get. Looking out in this floor, you get a brief view. It looks like a huge room full of aquariums.
Oh, shout down. Just be careful. Don't go to the next story. It's slippery way. Let's just go only up to the floor where I am, and we should be good. It's pretty straightforward climb. Of course, I will say this.
Who's next?
I think I am here.
Now,
So-
before we go ahead.
oh, sorry.
That's all right. All right. So you get a full success, Jax. If you want to go a floor higher than Kai, you can. Kai's not going to be able to follow you, so it will separate the two of you. Just stop at his floor.
Yeah, based on so I hear what Kai had said,
Yeah.
and after eating shit trying to jump prior, I'm not going to push myself. I'm still recovering, so I'll make it up to that floor.
Yeah, and I'll also tell you guys, if you want to catch your breath and lay low, for those of you that have taken stress damage, I'll let you do that before you want to do any of these rolls.
Okay, well,
Do you want to catch your breath, Lamb,
Yeah.
and lay low, and give me a
that'll,
die?
I want to do that because that'll
Okay.
take all my
So-
stress away.
All right, so everybody can lower their stress by 1, and go ahead and put your die back up to their originals, and that gives me a D6 that I can add to my pool. All right, Lamb, you're next.
Okay. Question: this squirming core, how far does it displace?
Oh, well, it depends. I think it depends on what case you put into it.
I put the oh, that was a core.
You have a range case, don't you?
Yeah, I have a range case.
It says it shifts a variable sphere of matter 3 meters to the left. But that sphere of matter would either be what?
Yeah.
Hand to hand or range? Like you could shoot it far away.
Yeah, I
But-
think so.
It's to the left in relation to the orientation of the gun, right? So if you gangster shoot it,
Yeah.
You can make it go up or down or to the right by
Yeah.
turning the gun upside down.
Right. Well, that's only up to the next floor. I'm just going to go ahead and roll and hope I don't die. So,
I love that idea. What's your dash? D4?
Yeah, D4. Yeah, it's like mine.
okay.
Don't laugh. It can happen. It can happen. I got a 3.
So you were able to make it to that second floor without falling. Papa, you last?
I guess so. Let's see how he
D4.
does.
What is your dash?
That's a D6.
Nice.
No guarantees in this world.
You're also able to make it up to this floor as well. We'll degrade all our dash die for those of you that are not already at a D4. This place is a multi-storied room filled with different aquariums, all made of glass. inside each of them, you see something different. Some of them contain a bunch of tiny fish of all different colors. Some of these aquariums contain huge predator type animals that are, easily the size of whales with these huge jagged teeth. The water that they're in are all different tints and levels of clarity. The place feels almost like a museum with all of these different aquariums.
And each aquarium, separate species. Like one aquarium dedicated to, I don't know, shark, another to whales.
Yeah, but Kai, you almost feel like there's a mix, right? So the different aquariums have different things in them, but they all seem to be from the same place. So if we imagine each of these aquariums show underwater
ecosystem from like a different planet.
Exactly. Thank you.
I think Hawk is drawn to like the most alien-looking one he sees. He just walks up to it and studies it and looks around, sees if there's any other like markings or one of those little pedestals with the information about what's inside the exhibit.
You walk over. It almost felt like you stopped at this one. You're not really sure why. And it's got one fish in it, and it's an eel-shaped fish. It's long, it's got little tiny fins, like a series of 8 fins that go down to its body, and you can see it's using those little fins on the side of its snake-like body to negotiate. And it comes right to the edge of the glass. And it's got these tiny little black eyes and like a small slit mouth in the front of it. And you start staring at this thing, Pop. I want to describe what the other 3 of you see. You see Pop walk up to this thing. Stand. And he just stops moving and just puts his hand up to the glass. And this eel-like fish is just waiting water, not moving forward, backwards, up or down, and is just looking eye to eye with Pop.
Pop?
Pop?
Can I hear them?
Pop.
Kind of rustle his shoulder.
And you can cause him to move. Like if you kind of toss your shoulder and kind of move him towards you, he'll step back. But he just stays completely fixated on this fish.
Hey, Pop, and I will try to in front of his eyes to break the eye contact.
Pop, you feel yourself fade to a field. And it's tall grass, like knee high, and a warm sun. You've just eaten. You feel that satisfying feeling when you just had a perfect meal. There's a light breeze. He doesn't seem to be reacting, Kai, to you flashing like this in front of him.
This guy talking to the fish.
Do I have any memory of anything before this field?
I don't know if I understand the question.
You said I find myself in this field. Like, do I remember where I was 10 seconds ago?
I think so.
Or is it just like it blacks everything else out? And
you're here now. And I think you remember being in the facility. I think you remember being in the aquarium and looking at this odd fish that you stopped to stare at, but you don't know why you stopped and you don't know why you started staring at it. But it's a good thing you did, because this place is amazing.
I will continue to escalate what's happening. Like maybe even more, ending up to like at one moment I will try to slap him out of it. That's the maximum. Yeah, like 1 or 2 times.
It takes 2. On the second one, you knock Pop to the floor. And Pop, the field is gone. The fish goes away. Go ahead and take 1 stress damage, both from the fall and from being pulled out of a beautiful, wonderful summer day on a field somewhere back to this.
So 2 total?
Aquarium. So 1 total. 1 total.
Okay.
You're taking 1 stress from both the fall and the.
You're right. I just want to make sure it wasn't 1 each.
No, not 2 stress. No.
I guess the first thing. What do you think would be the first thing you hear when you pop back into the facility? Me slapping you, or you hitting the ground and hearing pop?
It's probably the second one, right? Like I think there's even more of a delay than that. Like he's kind of like, I think he kind of spins around a little bit, and kind of falls like directly on his butt, and then he's kind of in that like crab walk position as he's like, regaining his composure of like where the hell he is.
Easy, big guy. It's okay. What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, we just caught you staring at this fish tank.
You were looking at the fish.
Yeah, what happened?
I was in a
Tell us what happened.
You're in a field.
Yeah.
What do you mean in the field? You were standing right here in front of the aquarium.
I could feel like grass, and I could feel it in the sun on my face, the wind in my hair. And
Did you recognize the place? Did you remember anything maybe, from before?
No, it was. And he kind of shakes his head, and he was like, "It wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't real." Like, anyway, let's get out of here.
Pop, as you're sitting there, kind of regaining your wits about you after this hypnotic episode with this other fish, the other 3 of your friends are kind of looking down and standing next to you. From your perspective, you can see the top of the aquarium that's on the opposite side from the one that contained your staring fish, and you're seeing that one doesn't appear to have a top to it, because flowing out of the top of this aquarium are these monkey-sized crabs. And they're starting to skitter down the side of the aquarium, headed for the 4 of you.
So yeah, he's gonna start to panic and like scramble to his feet, pushing himself back away from that other aquarium as he does. And he's like, they're pointing, but I don't think he has words. Like, it's like, what the hell is that?
We should did we notice any obvious way forward, like staircase, anything that
you have not? I mean, unfortunately, because Pop got super interested, you guys kind of stopped the exploration. There's a lot more aquarium to look at when we do episode 2. Let's go to credits. We're back. So yeah, this is neat. It's as neat as I was hoping it would be. I when I first read this, it's obviously a dungeon crawl, and meant to have that type of feel to it. What I was not sure of is how much by design was Galen thinking we would spend in each one of these rooms, right? Because in the zine, every room has either 1 or 2 page or a 2-page spread, and the way it breaks down is this: here's what's inside it, here's the exits, here's the hazards and potential encounters. All the advice I got from people that had run this before is they said, your players need to speed race this. And also just give them salvage. Because if they don't start putting together devices and start having devices, they're not going to make it. They're not going to get to the final room. And if they stall at any point, have the nemesis show up and stalk them. So that's kind of the advice I've been following as I kind of run this. This is a bit of a speed run. And to give you an idea, we're on page 36 of the rooms. They go all the way up to 50. So we're roughly about halfway there through this. The rooms, I think, get even more interesting as we go through it. And it's definitely gives a bit of a liminal feel to this as well. I look forward to us being able to cover even more ground when we do episode 2, because we won't have to explain the mechanics and teach the mechanics as we go. And what we'll do is when we get off stream, we'll schedule it. So for those of you that want to see episode 2, and you want to watch it live, just make sure you're following us on the socials or following us on Twitch or YouTube, and you'll see it scheduled once we pick a date and time. Let's start with you, Cody. Thoughts on the game, and then stars and wishes.
Yeah, the game, I think it's awesome. I feel like I was overthinking how to limit push. I wasn't sure how long we would get a rest. Do I want to spend this memory here? But now I feel like I'm ready to start
using it,
tossing out some memories.
Yeah,
I already have some in the back of my mind that I'm just like waiting for situations. So I'm looking forward to it. I love the feel, like you said, feels very liminal, very just weird, abstract. Thoughts, stars, and wishes. Again, thoughts, what I just said before.
Yep.
Stars, I love the Troy just absolutely blasting the panther and saying, give me the gun, and then the roll just so happens to be a 12. That was awesome. The dice,
that was a cool sequence
coming together.
Yep.
So that was awesome. And then wishes, like I had said, wish I used more memories, but that'll happen in episode 2.
Yeah, so it sounds like you want to engage the mechanics a little bit more for it. That makes total sense. All right, sure shot, Troy. Thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Bang, bang. First, I love when you bring me into these weird games. So
I like weird games.
yeah. And it's not, you tend to you lean towards the horror, Cthulhu and stuff like this. So I'm a sci-fi guy. So it's like, Craig's like, you didn't sign up for the sci-fi stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in. So thank you for that. It's interesting, with the memory mechanic, and it has resource management, because if you only have a D8 cell, literally you have 2 shots.
2 shots. Yep.
And then you got to chuck it, and then it becomes like a paperweight. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you want to use your stuff, but then you don't want to use your stuff. So you got, like I said, when we're going down the hole, it's like we got to search every room.
I agree.
For stuff, and don't be afraid to spam.
Yep.
It's this type of game where you kind of have to spam.
I agree 100% with you, Trey. It's very obvious to me, because you need, it's a random table when you salvage, and you need to piece together 3 components, which means you need to find 3 components. What I was really happy to see you guys doing, and I'll be interested to see if you do more of it in episode 2, is mixing and matching, right? Like, hey, I've got a core, you've got a cell, I've got a case. Let's build something so that we're just not lugging these useless pieces separately in all of our backpacks.
Or just like, with the gun, it's like, oh, you're down to D6. Here, take this D8.
Yeah.
Gives you 2 shots now.
100%.
So, it's like,
well, somebody's got a D12 cell.
A D10. Yeah.
Was it a D10 or D12? I thought it was a
D10.
Yeah, I have a D10.
Yeah,
nice.
My
put a
torch.
flashlight gun. Yes, it's torch. It's torch.
Hey, you never know, like Craig said.
Hey, listen, and you got to think outside the box with your weaponry. So,
Yep.
And Troy, for
I mean, a laser is just focused light, so
yeah.
you roll high enough, and that's
roll high enough.
Laser.
Right.
Yeah,
no question. And so for stars, Troy, I'd like to know at what point during the session today did you feel most in, where you felt like you were Lamb, you could see what was happening, you could tell, things were, very, very cinematic for you.
I think when the Panther was stalking us and and Jax almost killed himself jumping off climbing down the catwalk, and that's when I got all in.
Yeah,
it's a little slow. This is not a game for beginners.
Why so?
I think a lot of beginner RP players need a little bit more structure. This is very narrative. It can be intimidating.
I can see that.
So you got to kind of have that mindset. Well, I can pretty much do anything as long as it fits, as long as it's not too crazy. So, but that was my all in when I say, give me the gun and use the memories. Like, I was on a shooting range once.
So what did you get that you would like more of, or what didn't you get that you're hoping for? And I think I just realized something. Go ahead. No.
I think I just like Cody said, it's just like jump into the mechanics and just be careful to spam a lot. I search this room. We need stuff. And just role play, just have fun with it, and not be the first one to die.
I just realized something, and I have been way too nice to you guys. I just remembered the rules that on failures, I get dice as well.
Oh.
So I might go through.
We didn't fail the pool, I believe.
No one failed, though. I'm just saying.
We
never roll a one.
Unfortunately, I've got Foundry's memory here. I'm going to go and add some dice for session 2.
He's got video and Foundry evidence.
One thing I was struggling is, I need dice for this Nemesis to be a real threat. There's things that the Nemesis can do for free without dice, but none of them will really cause stress. I need to be rolling and upgrading these dice, and I only doing it for catching a break. I'm like, man, I'm never going to be able to build up a big threat with this Nemesis. Well, now I'm going to go through these, and every time that you have a fail, I can either add a D6 or upgrade a die. So the little dice pool that you have there of a D6 is going to look a lot different in episode 2.
Yay, team.
Oh Lord. All right. So wishes, Troy, what do you want more of, or what do you want?
Can we play tomorrow?
No,
I would love tomorrow. Yeah. But I'm just ready to play again and see how it all ends up, and see how our memories come together and tell us who we were or who we are. Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that works too, right? As you start piecing together these memories to justify your D12s, and you start looking at your list of recovered memories, who the hell are you? And are these memories going to start leading us to not only who you are, but how you got here, or even why you're here, right? I think those are all possible as we start piecing these memories together. Derek, thoughts, stars, and please.
Quick one. With your recovered memories, can you use them more than once?
Each time you want a D12, you need a new recovered memory. Now it could leapfrog off another memory, and I think probably makes sense that it would. But no, you can't reuse them.
Okay, cool.
Derek, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
I'm enjoying this. It's a lot of fun. Like you said, it's definitely kind of its own take on dungeon crawl, which I like. I also like the kind of craziness of the setting. So I'm really enjoying that. The system's nice and easy, which I think is a good thing. I agree with what I forget who was saying about it maybe being a little bit challenging for new players because you have all this narrative authority that you don't necessarily have in some other games. But no, I've definitely been enjoying it. My stars, I don't know. The whole thing's been really quite cool.
What was the coolest?
I know. I'm working on it. I'm trying to come up with the answer to that. I mean, I have to give props for the little ambush thing that we pulled off, and then the shot that he made to kind of
cool.
slow down our impending doom. But even just kind of all the little things even have just been really kind of cool. I like this tabula rasa with the characters thing, because it allows us, not like you were saying, we're going to find out about our characters, but it allows us simultaneously to learn about all of our characters, right? So it makes the party almost a character that we're jointly controlling in a weird way through memories and like who we turn out to be. So I think that's kind of cool. I like that quite a bit. Wishes, let's keep it going. Let's see how this thing ends and see where it goes.
Beautiful. Last but not least, Vaslav, about stars and wishes.
So when starting this game, we had a little bit of primer when we did the prep to just, you will not remember anything, right? So we have this like cheap storytelling, but there is a mechanic behind it. So my approach was one that I can embrace whatever you throw at me. That's why I was picking the breadcrumbs you were leaving. Yep. So that was my mindset I used to do this. And the other part, which reminded me a little bit of the zone, was the craziness, right? Anything is happening. So that's the feel I get. So, anything flies, even though you are in some kind of danger, but you see with the stress levels how close is the danger. So you can do really crazy stuff. And I like also what I mentioned, I think the pre-game or when we went through the rules, that it felt similar to the Cypher system. Is it called Cypher? I believe it's. But I like the Lego aspect that it prompts you more to think about other options, that you don't have like one gimmicky thing, but but I could do a range or like change it a little bit. I can use it even twice or 3 times. If I get lucky enough, I can just take my fresh one and pass it. That was I guess my one of the star moments was that when guys shared the power level there. So this was nice.
I like learning what the players think these devices are too. Like what you guys get, they're prompts, really. These cells are prompts, and you can really decide what the effects are. And I like Sean Drake in the chat said, the higher they roll, the more narrative control you can give the players. That's what those different levels of success, which I love, which we saw when the freeze ray, which you did there, Vaslav, you rolled a nice success. Tell me what happens. I think that's neat. I liked how Derek described the form of his device, right? He's got a melee case, but what the hell does that look like? And now he's got a plasma knife, right? Like that's badass. That you kind of build that out. I think it's very interesting for sure. Let's see. That was thoughts. What were your stars and wishes?
My star moment was when. It was like seemingly mundane action, but when Derek in the beginning said like, I'm gonna run 90 degrees like there, and at that moment I was like, of course he would, like, there are random people. It was like, totally makes sense. And it shifted my mindset, like, okay, don't be immediately friends with everyone, although we're running from a danger, but there was that it slowed the game a little bit in the beginning in a good way for me. So that's cool stuff.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
And wishes more memories from everyone. I tried to pick one in a Monday moment because I felt like, I didn't have an action moment. So let's even put it here. Maybe something will come out of it. I rolled a 1, so nothing did. But it still was interesting storytelling. It was fun. There was a funny moment. I pretended that I know things, which, like, this idea was brought by me rolling 1 on figuring this shit out, even though I thought I worked in a lab.
Hey, I believed you.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to plug it. Let me put it in front of you guys. Here's the zine, guys. If you go to Galen's itch page, you can pick it up. It's Night Jar Games, all one word, Night, like NIGHT, jargames.itch.io. You can pick up the PDF there. And I don't know if he still has any physical copies available or not, but it is gorgeous. Yeah, $7. This is $7 well spent. All right, we'll see everybody soon.
All right.
Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.